On Friday, July 18th, the Kelce family made their way to Nashville in what would become one of the most heartwarming displays of family unity we've seen this year. Jason Kelce, his wife Kylie Kelce, and their mother Donna Kelce arrived at the airport carrying luggage and thoughtful gift bags, their faces etched with concern and determination. The family had traveled from Philadelphia on a private plane, responding to news that would bring two families even closer together. While the Kelces were making their journey, Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift had already been at the hospital since early morning, along with Taylor's father Ed Kelce, who seemed to have maintained a vigil throughout the night. Jason Kelce, looking as healthy and muscular as ever despite the emotional weight of the situation, was spotted pulling a suitcase while carrying a large orange gift bag. His wife Kylie walked beside him, clutching a gray canvas bag and wearing a green baseball cap that partially shielded her worried expression. Despite their simple attire, both Jason and Kylie moved with an urgency that spoke volumes about the gravity of the situation they were rushing to address. Donna Kelce, the matriarch who has become beloved by fans of both her sons, appeared behind them with a group of support staff who were carefully loading their belongings into the back of a black SUV. Though she maintained her characteristic soft smile, those who observed her closely could see the emotion filling her eyes. The Kelce family has always been known for their privacy, but they're equally known for their thoughtfulness and loyalty to those they care about. They had arranged for a private room near the ICU, ensuring they could be close to Scott Swift during his recovery while maintaining the discretion that such a sensitive situation required. The fact that Jason and Kylie had flown in from Philadelphia while Travis and Taylor had been maintaining their hospital vigil for the past 2 days served as a powerful testament to the growing bond between these two families that had captured the public's imagination. The logistics of coordinating such a visit during a medical emergency required careful planning, and the Kelce family had worked closely with hospital administration to ensure their presence wouldn't disrupt Scott's medical care while still allowing them to provide the emotional support that Taylor and her family desperately needed during this frightening time. Scott Swift, the father of pop superstar Taylor Swift, had undergone his 5th coronary artery bypass surgery earlier that week, a procedure that carried significant risks given his medical history. The surgery was complex and required the expertise of Nashville's top cardiac surgeons, but doctors were able to confirm that the procedure had been successful and that Scott was now in the active recovery phase. A hospital official provided an update that brought relief to everyone involved, stating that Mr. Swift was awake, eating light meals, and receiving specialized care around the clock. The official also noted that Scott had been deeply moved by the visits from family members, particularly the arrival of Jason and Kylie, whose presence seemed to lift his spirits considerably. The relationship between Travis and Scott had developed into something truly special over the months since Travis and Taylor's relationship became public, with the two men spending considerable time in deep conversation, sharing stories and building a connection that transcended their different backgrounds and generations. Medical staff observed that Scott's vital signs showed marked improvement whenever family members were present, particularly during the times when Travis would sit beside his bed sharing stories from the football field or when Taylor would quietly sing to him during his more restful moments. The cardiac care team had specifically noted that Scott's recovery was progressing ahead of schedule, something they attributed in part to the constant presence of loving family members who were taking turns ensuring he was never alone during his healing process. Taylor Swift and her brother Austin Swift had barely left the hospital since their father's surgery, maintaining a constant presence that spoke to the close-knit nature of their family. Taylor had expressed profound gratitude for the support she was receiving from her boyfriend's family, finding comfort in their presence during one of the most challenging times her family had faced. She and Donna Kelce had been seen working together in the hospital lounge, preparing light meals and creating a warm, nurturing atmosphere that helped ease the tension that naturally accompanies such medical situations. Andrea Swift, Taylor's mother, was also deeply involved in caring for her husband, coordinating with medical staff and ensuring that Scott had everything he needed for his recovery. The sight of these two mothers, from completely different worlds, Working side by side to care for their loved ones created an atmosphere of unity that hospital staff members said they rarely witness even among biological families. If you're finding these family moments as touching as we are, hit that subscribe button for more heartwarming stories about your favorite celebrities. The hospital's family waiting area had essentially become a temporary home for the combined Swift and Kelce families, with blankets, pillows, and personal items scattered around the space as everyone settled in for what they knew would be a long recovery process that would require patience, dedication, and the kind of family support that both families were clearly prepared to provide without reservation. Jason Kelce, who had recently retired from the NFL after spending his entire career with the Philadelphia Eagles, had shared on previous podcasts that putting his family first was the primary reason behind his decision to step away from professional football. His appearance in Nashville served as a powerful demonstration of that commitment, showing that his priorities had indeed shifted toward the relationships and people that mattered most to him. A hospital witness described Jason's behavior as exemplary, noting that he didn't hesitate to help Taylor push her father's wheelchair or assist Scott when he needed to move around the hospital. The witness emphasized that Jason was friendly and approachable, never acting like the sports star he was, but instead conducting himself with genuine warmth and humility. The moment when Jason hugged Scott with obvious affection was described as particularly moving, bringing tears to the eyes of those who witnessed it and highlighting the authentic nature of the relationships that had formed between these families. Hospital staff members commented that Jason's presence seemed to bring a sense of calm strength to the entire group, with his steady demeanor and willingness to handle practical matters allowing the women to focus on the emotional support that was so crucial during this difficult time. His experience as a team captain and leader was evident in how he naturally took charge of coordinating meal deliveries, managing visitor schedules, and ensuring that everyone had what they needed to maintain their vigil without becoming overwhelmed by the stress of the situation. Kelce, who is known for being quiet but incredibly strong, spent considerable time with Taylor, sharing stories about their children and bringing lighter moments to what was otherwise a heavy situation. She mentioned that baby Finley was being particularly playful at home, and these updates about normal family life helped everyone in the room maintain their spirits during the difficult time. The bond between the women seemed to grow stronger as they navigated this challenging situation together, finding comfort in their shared experiences as partners to high-profile men and mothers trying to balance public attention with private family needs. Since Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift's relationship became public knowledge, both families had consistently shown strong support for the couple, with Donna Kelce becoming a regular presence at Taylor's concerts and Scott Swift cheering on the Kansas City Chiefs from VIP stands alongside Travis during football season. The foundation of mutual respect and genuine affection that had been building between these families over the months was now being tested in the most serious way possible, and everyone involved was proving that their connections went far deeper.